Hello again, Struck Club. I'm back to Torchlight Frontiers today. I wanted to use the opportunity for this reset point that was added. So I'm gonna probably go through all of my builds. I probably won't be changing my forged right now because I still haven't made a build video for the Vortex Bomber build. So maybe I can try and prioritize that so I can use the reset before the next one. But for now, on this guy, I'm gonna move towards. I'm not sure what build to move towards now. I've been happy with the one I've been playing. I've been pretty happy with this setup, but I want to play an absolver build. So this will be what I'll do now. We set the skill point. And let's go ahead and try the Absorber build and see how it works. I haven't played an Absorber build for a while. So this I probably won't need, although it is nice. I don't need Dark Spears though. Okay, so Absolver is maxed out, so I need to max out Dark Spears for white skills mana cost. Over with Spiritual won't be a bad combo. I wanna just play a bit with that. White bar charge gain. I really wanna avoid using Energy Spike. I think it's kind of overused right now, especially from me. So yeah, kind of looking for the more alternative build setup. So this would be my main light skill. Which would mean I probably would need this one as an extra dark skill to keep getting the white bar charged. What to spend the other skill points on? Do I want to be going for entropy? If I go for entropy, then I would need to go for Holy Bolt and also for Holy Fury. Without Absolver and Radiant Blast, maybe that would be a fun thing to try as well. But yeah, I think yeah, it would be actually nice because first of all, if you want to be efficient with Absolver, you want the enemies to be right next to you. That means Radiant Blast would be a good combo. Let's try this setup. Points to spend, so I'm just gonna max out Entropy and maybe Holy Fury. Or Holy Bolt. Let's max out Holy Fury. I'm not gonna be using those for damage anyways. So Entropy would be a bit costly with this setup. I do want to be using Dark Spears, by the way. This would be a very weird build. I wanted to try something extremely non-meta, and this would probably be furthest from meta as it gets. I'm really glad that we have this opportunity to keep respecting during this alpha phase. So have I got any maps? I don't think I've got much. And there's some items for sale here. Let's go and sell them. Actually, hearing that this system for grinding items, I would need to keep saving those legendaries. Guess I'll find more legendaries later. For now I really don't have much room to store every single item I find.
See you next time.
So I've got one map, I'm gonna start it. This weird build would be fun to try. Go and post on Discord that I'm online. So the only problem with this build would be I would need items that reduce the mana cost of Absolver. And I do have some, I just have to look into my gear. I'm gonna have to go after this map to the town to check for some items that fit the build. I'm sure I have quite a few of those. I'm gonna check quickly if I'm wearing, if I'm carrying anything that can be used. So yeah, oh, this is for Absolver, perfect. Let's go for that for now. A little bit of energy reduction.
Your mana is low.
Using a relic weapon without code. Oh no, I'm using the wrong relic weapon for this build probably. What's my offhand? I want something with a lot of mana regen. I'm gonna equip my Hydra. I'm thinking I probably don't even need Consecration unless it's a boss fight. I can maybe use the bleeding active skill while I have it. I'm also a bit tired, so I won't be streaming for much, maybe let's say 2 hours from now or so until like 11 PM or something, we'll see. It depends whether the game would keep me awake or not, because I didn't get much sleep. I was just about to go sleep and then I decided to go make some Borderlands 3 builds. And I ended up making 9 builds last night instead of sleeping. Maybe not 9, but let's say I think 8 builds, because I had 4 builds, now I have 12 builds for Borderlands 3. Today, by the way, speaking of Borderlands 3, today there was a live stream from one of the popular streamers of the franchise. And it was a Borderlands 3 live stream review of the gameplay with the Beastmaster, the Summoner class. Quack, which is very fun class from the looks of it. I need to grab my Absolver oriented gear from the warehouse to make this build not so demanding in regards to mana. This Absolver is a very mana hungry skill. Does a lot of damage, especially if you're close range to the enemy, if you're like point blank.
You are overburdened. Your mana is low. You are overloaded. Your pet has returned.
Oh fuck. I'm one of the few people that would say fuck when a legendary item drops. Because I really kind of don't have much room to equip it. But this really was kind of too much physical defense, really something for the grinder.
Not enough mana.
Or to do something like this, I would be able to
Hello.
regain mana, but then it would be just your regular entropy build, and then it won't be too fun.
I should
Of course it
download
will be
this.
fun. Baby Dawn on Twitch, welcome to my channel. If you download this, you would need an alpha key to play it. If you've already signed up for the alpha, make sure you
I'm
check
seeing
your
this for
spam
the first
folder.
time.
Oh, well, if you're seeing it for the first time, if you've never signed up for the alpha, I can give you some links quickly. I can go to my YouTube stream and quickly grab the links from the description. Just let me finish this fight so I don't die. I think I'll be safe here. Where you can sign up for alpha. Of course, you're not guaranteed a spot. It's
Let
completely
me search
random
it in
who gets
Steam.
accepted. It's not in Steam, it's in the Arc launcher, the Perfect World Entertainment launcher where Neverwinter
Great,
is and
thank
stuff
you.
like that. So basically how it works is you sign up and then every week or two a bunch of people get invited. The last huge wave was 10,000 invites, and it was right when this update 7 released, which was around little less than a month ago, maybe a month ago or so. So back then they invited a whole
I
whopping
see.
10,000 new players.
Oh
But
wow.
it's currently an alpha, so since it's an alpha, they don't wanna get the game overfooted with people right away. There's a lot of things that will change. We are still missing important key features such as enchanting. There will be new characters, there will be new frontiers. It is a very fun game,
Your mana is low.
and I strongly suggest you sign up if you like the genre. You never know, sometimes you might get lucky and get invited after a few days of waiting. Other people have been waiting for 6 months, but yeah, I know cases for people getting invited in like weeks instead of months. People who've been waiting for over a year. Just it's completely RNG whether you get invited or not. But there's two other ways that you can win an alpha key. One of them would be Twitter contests, and I have commands for the official Twitch and Twitter. Just a second, I'm gonna use those commands.
Official TLF Twitter. I played TF and TF2 so would definitely like to try this. Official TLF Twitch.
So Those are the links to the official Twitch and Twitter. And as I said, there are two other ways besides just signing up and waiting for an invite. First, they do occasionally for the community some contests on Twitter. Pardon me, on Twitter. So on Twitter, pay attention
I
every
don't
now
use
and then
Twitter
for
though.
those contests. Because, okay, if you don't use Twitter, then this will be for others who might be watching and listening. If you have a Twitter account, there's kind of a contest where they usually ask the people to do something like either a screenshot contest or whatever, but of course if it's a screenshot contest it won't be Torchlight Frontiers, maybe Torchlight Tour, whatever. But the most recent ones I can remember, there is a fourth one or two that one of the community members made, and they were just asking the people to use that tool. It's on a website, it's hosted on a third-party website, and they can just use it. It's a Unity tool that allows you to replicate a fort and create a fort, and the most original would win. The third option would be Twitch, the official Twitch channel. Each Friday there are streams. It's not guaranteed that there would be giveaways, but there is a possibility. Each Friday at 11 a.m. PDT, which is 7 UK time, 7 in the evening each Friday UK time. Usually around this time, plus minus a few minutes, let's say plus 10-15 minutes roughly. There are Twitch streams, usually hosted by the community manager or someone else from the staff. When the community manager is there, there are chances that there would be some given keys, like thrown in the chat. And there are sometimes big streams, like right before a big update, like update 6, 7, 8, etc. Right before the update, a few weeks before it, there would be a preview stream for the big update. And that's when there are Gleam giveaways, where people actually sign up. Where it's not just the key being thrown into the chat, but you would be able to just sign up via Gleam.
I need to take note of the time then.
Yeah, the time, as I said, if you're using UK time, it's 7 in the evening. Germany time, 8 in the evening. If you're in the West Coast PDT, it should be 11 a.m.
GMT.
And it's Fridays.
LOL.
Well, GMT GMT is 7, but I'm not sure how the summer time is at the moment. Is UK at the moment at +1 or at +0? Because usually it's at +0. So I'm not sure currently how the summer time is. But where I am, it's 9 p.m. at the moment. So around
That'll
exactly
be another
this
6
time.
hours ahead, I think.
So Friday at exactly this same time, on Friday there would be a stream. It's 9:11 p.m. and usually those streams start around 9 p.m. my time. So just remember this time, and that's when those streams start. It's easier to explain it this way.
AHH, it's 2 a.m.-ish here.
Oh, okay, so you're probably somewhere from Oceanic or
yes,
Asia?
It is.
Russia, Oceanic or Asia? Must be from somewhere around there.
Yes, in Taiwan.
Nice. I'm really happy with the game. The developers are really active on the forums in regards to asking us about what we think should be in the game. Of course, after this map I need to go and, because I switched my build now, I need to go and get the gear that fits this build. So this queue is very hungry for mana. And I need items like this one that give me reduced energy cost for Absolver. So I'm gonna quickly save the pet. But yeah, there's a recently added updated pet system, and this is how you find pets after
the magic
some boss
spells
fights.
Look great too.
Yeah, the animations are nice. The power of Unreal Engine. I mean, Unreal Engine and Unity Engine are the two most popular engines, and they're both great for
And
this
the
kind of
chests
game.
look so much better.
I can even zoom in if you want to see something. Let me quickly go to my fort so you can see the fort, because this is something many people enjoy. A bit of vanity, a bit of building, base building. It's a base building on a strategy level, it's just like your personal space that you can decorate. Fort. That's where some of the utility things would be. You usually craft stations like crafting station, relic weapon stations, storage, wardrobes, etc. So per se this is a wardrobe for the other hero, for the forged. This is a wardrobe for the third hero, for the
That's like
realm
WoW with your
master.
own castle.
Kind of, yeah. And look, this is a wardrobe for my mage, so I can either swap my set, I can store different sets. And I have, as you can see, 6 of those wardrobes. I can store different items in those. And right now I'm just gonna go check all of them for items that fit this build. Because I just switched my build today.
That's super convenient.
It is very nice indeed. It is very good because you can sort them by element, you can sort them by set, you can sort them by whatever you want. Those boots, even though they're level 50 blue, they give me energy cost for Absolver. So what I need now is maybe one more item with energy cost for Absolver reduction. Let's see. Kind of trying to stack as much mana again and energy cost for Absolver. And since this weapon I'm not using the active skill, that would mean I would be... Oh, actually have a new Bane. I'm gonna level up this Bane. I was the SWAT. Oh boy. Okay. That's not good. I think I had one more SWAT, but when I removed an item, my SWATs became less. So I was over the limit, probably. I'm not sure, or maybe one of the other heroes is without a relic weapon. In any case, I can't claim this relic weapon, but quickly I'm gonna change to something. So this is kind of your relic weapon. You level it up. It has 40 levels, and you decide how to spend the points. And you currently have 3 different types that you can craft. And you kind of have to decide the best one for your build. I'm trying to make a good one that's
How
not
long
using...
have you played?
I've been playing since probably April or late March or April, I'm not sure. I think it's around April. So I've got around 450 hours in the game. Just from streaming. If I don't count non-streaming hours. If I count streaming non-streaming hours, probably close
Oh
to
wow.
500 already. That's over a long period of time, and sometimes I would have days where I would stream a lot of hours in the day. Like I've had days where I would stream over 10 hours over 2 different sessions. Especially back then where I was new to the game. So I'm gonna show you this relic weapon. It's actually a very fun relic weapon to show. So yeah, let's go for this. It kind of has a chance to summon some pets to fight for me. In the meantime, I'm checking the gear here as I was doing. Looking for Absolver mana cost reduction. Oh, energy cost reduction for Absolver. Perfect. I'm gonna lose some crit chance, but that's fine. And it's a synergy with my poison relic weapon now. So yeah, there's various things, various items that you can wear. And later on they would be adding enchanting, and we do know more about the enchanting now. Again on a helmet, perfect, just what I wanted.
That's a lot of hours.
It is indeed a lot of hours, man. But since I'm streaming, I think that's normal. That's understandable. Streamers do kind of spend a lot of time playing the games they do. Of course, I'm really looking forward to Borderlands 3, and I also should be streaming soon Warhammer Chaos Bane. I just kind of wanted to play Torchlight more today. But another similar game I've been playing is Warhammer Chaos Bane, which still needs a bit more development. I think it kind of got rushed on the release, but thankfully the developers are finally listening to people in Warhammer Chaos Bane. But the developers of this game, of Torchlight, are very decent in regards to listening to us. As I was going to say, they keep asking us before adding a new feature. They keep asking us what we think about the new feature. Do we think it's good? Do we want to give any feedback for it, and so on. And currently you have two zones, two big zones, Goblin Frontier and Hybrid Frontier. And each of those is split into a public zone where you can see other people. Of course it's instanced into different channels which you can't switch between. It's just a different random seat, but you would be seeing some other people running around just like in a semi-MMO game. And in between those there are some passes with waypoints and stuff. And in those zones there's dungeons, as you can see. Each one has different dungeons with different levels of enemies. So the campaign mode takes you around level 35 of each frontier. 32, 33, 35, depending how much you've grinded before completing the quests. So let's say between 30 and 35. And then after that you have another 20, just short after 20 levels to gain for each frontier. The level limit is 100, which is split into two frontiers of 50,
Those are
and
cute
that's where
icons
you
for
get
the
100
maps.
skill points. The art style in Torchlight has always been very nice. I quickly have to go to the town though. I have to go to the town to buy maps. I'm just gonna show you what the current end game for the game is. Basically, you buying maps and then doing those maps.
Sure, just
Of
go
course,
ahead.
more would be added later. And since you saw me doing the Goblin Frontier, let's show you the Hybrid Frontier. It's nice when I get a viewer that hasn't played the game or hasn't seen anything about the game. It's good that I can at least share some knowledge and stuff and show some stuff. Yeah, I equipped enough Absolver gear to usually 3 casts used to drain my mana, or 4 casts. So now I'm gonna use the map I bought. Oh shit, I used the wrong map. Okay, well, regardless, let's do one goblin map and then one hybrid afterwards. So
LOL.
immediately this build turned into what I wanted it to be. So I wanted to go for a completely different build than what I normally play. Like the skills I don't normally use, I wanted to put all of them into a skill build with those skills. So I just need to remove entropy and put dark spears. This was my initial setup. Those skills I always use those two skills. In any build, this is running speed, this is extra damage.
I remember the endless days
But
of
the
running
others,
through the maps in TL2.
oh man, Torchlight 2, especially some of the mods. There was a nice mod pack in Steam, a Dracus mod pack. I think Dracus mod pack was one I'm playing because it different mods, different classes, all in one place. It was pretty nice. It collected one very popular mod, which name I keep forgetting. The most popular Torchlight 2 mod that was, I think, part of the Dracus mod. And as you're seeing those green spiders around me, they're from my I kill a
TBH, I've
poisoned
never
enemy.
used any mods.
Torchlight 2 by playing Torchlight 2 with mods now. There's still official Discord. I can even give you a link for it. Oh shit, wrong. It copied the whole thing. It didn't copy the Discord link, but it copied all my links from my video description. Just a second.
LOL okay.
This should be it. /play
Synergies.
Torchlight. Yeah, thank you Wogan Taylor for reminding me that Synergies was this important and good mod, the most popular mod. And I think Synergies was part of the Dracos. So I still have it installed, and yeah, modding in Torchlight 2 made the game from a great game to an amazingly versatile game
You need more mana.
to keep you busy for hours and hours, day after day, week after week. Going in the right direction, step by step. It's a small, so benefiting a lot from this alpha test, and us alpha testers are having a lot of fun testing the successor of the Torchlight. And the thing is, I've already seen the development, the feedback that the community is giving. So it's actually listening, which is pretty nice
You need mana.
to hear, especially when companies. It's always nice when they listen to the community. Like about Absolver is when you're shooting, of course, it's nowhere near as effective as Energy Spike or as Holy Fury, not Holy Fury, but Entropy. It's not even on par with Holy Fury, but still, the only problem with this skill is when used properly, good. The only thing does, if I'm right next to the enemy, would all three bolts hit, or would it for the less? I just saw it doing 3 times critical damage with one hit, with one cast of the spell. So I am assuming hit with each project, and point blank you should be able to dish out serious damage. This would be easy to tell now. I'm gonna be trying it. This boss is usually very tanky, but of course with my, if I were to switch my build to something that uses entropy, energy spike, and of course something that has actually dark skill damage, then it would be fine, and it probably would do a lot of damage. But yeah, I went for a very unconventional build, and this is the great thing, they're giving us free full respecs. The game wouldn't have full respec, it would have respecing skill by skill. So for now I'm taking full advantage of this opportunity to keep testing new builds. Alright, so I want to do a Hybrid Frontier to show you. This was a very kind of not so dense map. Actually, I was even surprised that there were so many monsters in this map. Usually this map doesn't have as many monsters. Maybe they tweaked it with the last few hotfixes. But it was still kind of not as good as the Hybrid map, which you see now. There's a lot of monsters spawning in between, like just few meters between each other. And there's like one pack of little larvae monsters, then right next to them there would be some goblins, then there would be some big champions and stuff like that. Especially this is the map I was talking about. There's another map that doesn't have such good density but has more elite monsters spawning and overall has maybe a bit better XP. Not sure about the XP per minute, but the XP overall. Spiders. This, as I said, from my stuff, from poison relic weapon. So you kind of unlock different things. This is actually a skill which I can use like this. I can actually show you. So this is a skill that my relic weapon gives me. And I can either decide to spend points into this skill, or if I don't want to use it, I can just ignore the points for this skill and just develop my relic weapon without putting points in here. But the thing is, in order to put points into this one, you need 10 points spent altogether. So if you don't want to use the first two, you're kind of screwed. But we've already, me and some other players already said on the forums that we would much rather prefer to require levels gained instead of points spent. And have builds with 20 points spent into those and 20 points into those if you want to. So let me grab back my dark spears. I want to keep experimenting with this. That was some lagging. I
The
think
skills
that my
seem more
game crashed.
complicated than previous versions.
It seems like I did too much damage and the game just crashed. It's possible, it's possible. So I'm just gonna wait for the error message to show up and then restart the game.
LOL.
Of course it's possible to crash. It's not that often. Enjoying this emote, the rip emote. I might have to just end task. I've got this. So okay, let me quickly end task the game because it doesn't want to give me an error message. I've been wondering what to add as subscriber emotes, and it's very difficult to decide on something that fits the channel and it's original, because I'm very bad at drawing. I would add something like my catchphrase, which I do say a lot, and something like different whitening boats with faces. Although I'm thinking of adding a wood chest with some nice yellow or whatever glow around it. I think that would be a very nice thing to add. Thank you for the follow, dude. Much appreciated, baby Dawn. And welcome to the Struck Club. Okay, I'm already back in the game. Come on, game. I must have done something that resulted in me just crashing. Too much damage at the same time.
Baby Dawn, thank you for the follow and welcome to the Struck Club.
My bot, he's a bit slow. Oh, and instead of exclamation mark that should be at the end, it's using a star. That's kind of strange, but thank you, bot, for saying this. Okay, let's start a new Hivit map because the last one got interrupted. Oh, and what I just did, I keep doing that. I open the shop and then I thought I actually closed it, but I didn't, and then I sell my map by accident. So I just sold the map to the NPC by accident. Craft a few maps. Let's craft two.
The stores look fancy too.
I can show you the other characters after this one. So let me do 1 or 2 maps on this guy on this frontier, and then I can show you the other 2 classes. This is how I normally play my streams. I keep switching between one class and the other. Currently I've got 2 maxed out classes and the other one is getting there. Just a few levels left. So we got kind of similar map design. Slightly different, but not a huge difference. Oh, and look at my relic skill is still in cooldown. And those are the pets I can summon. They do stack. I do wish those pets would follow the player the same way the spiders do. I've already sent it as feedback, so we'll see if they would consider doing that for us. It would make Spirit Well it would make Spirit Well a S tier skill, a highest class skill, if the Netherlings actually follow the summoner instead of staying close to the summoned. And everyone would be running this skill. Everyone who enjoys pets. Of course, there's people who don't like the pet builds, but the majority of the players I've seen on my stream really do. I personally am a big fan of pet builds in any game. I do try to make. In Titan Quest, I went for that drone. My main when I started playing it,
Yes to
I
pets.
usually played Sorceress, which Hunter, whatever it was called. Yeah, I do love pets. Borderlands, the pet is very good as well. I played around with the Borderlands skill calculator, and Fwak would be a very good character to play. At least a build calculator. So I think 4 or 5 days ago there was a website interactive where people draft before the thing comes out. This is something amazing for people like me to play around. When the launch comes to just be. And Torchlight Frontiers was doing this for the past few updates. Before we use the updated skill trees with the synergies that give you different bonuses under the skill. For those, so we kinda could got released. Skill tree is reminiscent of Diablo 2. Is very similar to etc. skill as well. It's pretty standard skill tree where you have to invest some points in to unlock another one. It doesn't have to necessarily be skill that's next to each other. Here, in order to unlock some dark skills, you have to invest some white points and vice versa. Dusk Mage. Notice there's a white bar here and purple bar here. So if I go and charge my dark bar, it gives me this buff once I use a dark spell. So I'm using white magic, this gets filled up, and once I use a dark spell when it's filled up, it gives me damage increased. If I do a lot of dark damage, the other thing happens. The white bar goes up, and when you need to use a white skill, and this would give me some extra energy regeneration. So it's really balance act. But this seems to be the most currently overpowered class in the game, to how fast you can kill stuff. I'm playing with the most ineffective build, and it's still efficient. But of course, it also you're using. If you use gear to sub or mana usage reduction, but hopefully later on they really love to see something like this, such as like my number one skill. I'm gonna use it in a moment. Let me just wait for it to recharge. So this one, it's a knockback skill, Radiant Blast. It can surround me in a radius. This was a boss, so it didn't do. But let me just show it. Bam! So this one, instead of doing damage and knockback, maybe it could freeze enemies or something of the sort. That or something that increases the radius, but maybe removes the damage or removes the knockback. Would love to see such weapons. Currently, it just completely changed the behavior of a skill without breaking the game. So I did get a legendary one-handed mace, which I've never gotten before, so I want to check the model. Yeah, it's nice. There's some items that you can get only from certain frontiers. So you would want to be farming this frontier to get the certain item. So I'm kind of full in my inventory. I'm not sure what to delete. I'm not gonna pick up this shield. To another character that has a bit more room in the inventory. Most of us alpha players do kind of crawl under the floor. We do know some of the things that are coming. Basically, let's say I woot a legendary item. I can then go into an enchanting state, I can craft in my fort, and from there I can grind, like salvage, whatever they want to call it, just extract some materials from this. They decided to call those materials essences, so legendary essence, rare essence, magical essence, etc. And if I want to upgrade a green item, I would need white and green essence. If I want to upgrade a blue item, I would need white, green and blue essences. And then if I want to upgrade legendary, I would need all of those essences, including the legendary one. Which is pretty logical and standard system. I hope the essences would be stored here in the resources tab or somewhere over there on the hut. Because if they are stored in your bags, it would be terrible. Because you only have how many? Like 20 slots here. 20 slots, yeah, it sounds like a lot, but actually it's not that much. There are games where you have rings and accessories taking only one slot and weapons, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. slots. And in those games you can have like what 50-60 rings, 50-60 singular slots, but thankfully everything takes one slot in this game. This is an interesting balance. Now I'm gonna show you the a bit more weirder classes, a bit more non-standard classes. This guy has a train that just follows him around. So you see, as I go, this train keeps following me. So wherever my character goes, he's making those tracks. And that's where my train will go. With a very weird build. I've been playing with a non-train based build, It was mostly AoE based build with the shield car as just a extra train car. And this is just for extra damage reduction, for nothing else, just extra damage reduction. I'm gonna reset this build and redo it again, because I wanna focus on the shield car. I was just experimenting the last time I played this class, and you will see what I mean with this build. It's kind of, instead of focusing on the train, you're focusing on the other build, but the train would be giving you some nice bonuses. So the train would give me damage when I'm next to it. And now, do I want default train car skill cooldowns? I do want this. Cooldown, I don't want damage because this doesn't give damage. This only gives me damage when I'm near the train, but I'm not sure whether this gets modified by this skill. Because it gives skill damage to the train cars, and this does not do skill damage, just passive. So I would probably get this active train skill cooldown. But extra decreased cooldown of this one. So let's see, I usually do something like this. I wanted to play with the pound build. I was actually stacking gear that gives damage to pound. 18.8% to pound, 16.3% to pound. So pound is basically AoE stun.
Your endurance is running low.
So that's the kind of build I was trying to do, the pounder. Sounds dirty, but it's just a stun build. Let's do some maps. I bought a few potions. Let's do goblin. I was just in the high vid, so one goblin map would be okay. So the dynamite skill you will be seeing on my number 1 applies vulnerability to the enemies, which makes them take increased damage from all sources. Not just from us, but from pets, trains, allies, etc. This one together with Pound is pretty nice. And now with this build I should be able to face tank most things. Let me quickly demonstrate it. Those meteors you're seeing are from my relic weapon actually. Those are from my relic weapon, they're called Firestorm. And I just use my relic weapon active skill, which is the W shortcut. This one is tanky, it's the most tanky combination of monster mods. Invigorated and regenerates health. So first it regenerates, then it also has more HP. And this is double HP map. This is the first time I think I've noticed fighting invigorated double HP map with regenerates health. So this is the tankiest possible monster combination in the game. Of course, the only thing more tanky than this would be the same map mods, the same monster mods, but on an enemy that's even tankier as a base, like a goblin shield carrier. I forgot the name. I think it is called Brute, Automaton or whatever. And my hammer spin, which is my spacebar skill, gives me increased movement speed for a few seconds after I use the skill. You can see this buff here. So it's a great skill for not just moving, but for escapes as well. You can see it knocks back everything around me. So if you find yourself surrounded with this guy, you can just hammer spin to step away from the danger and to knock back the enemies that have kind of surrounded you. And of course with this shield train I can kind of tank anything I want to. if I stay next to the train. The way I've set up this build, I should be staying close to the train to get some more damage, because the train is giving me some extra damage bonus. But for this map I just want to rush towards the boss fight and start a new map. I'm getting close, so let's just go through here. Another good thing about Pound is you can stun walk some enemies. Correctly, you can stun walk enemies. I'm gonna clear those before taking the Endurance Begin Shrine. My relic weapon because it's already ready, but I'm very close to the boss fight, so I'd rather save it for that.
You feel tired.
Boss. I just used one potion in the end. On my mage with the meta build, I probably would eliminate this guy in a few seconds, but that's kind of no fun build. But this build is at least giving me some challenge because it's not as strong. Probably not with enough synergies. Weapon, I think this was the glitched weapon that kept changing its stats. Look at that, now it says chance to burn. If I go here, it will say chance to shock. The top secondary mod of the item I hover over would get applied onto this one. So this one gives a chance to shock, and again it copies the exact same amount of chance to shock. This is a broken weapon and it's the only broken weapon I have, and I'm not sure whether it's supposed to be like that because it said it's called Mace of Shadows, but I've got other Maces of Shadows and they don't behave this way. Seems to be a real Mace of Shadows because it really does mimic like a shadow mob from the last item you have built. It doesn't even have to be weapon, I can just hover over an armor. This one, health regain per second. Just a second, maybe this one, burn duration. Maybe it doesn't work in the town, let's see. Oh, it does work in the town. Okay, probably with just items from my bags, yeah. Just with items from my bags. Now it will be Goblin Defense on this item. So yeah, very glitchy and it's probably one in the whole server. Such bugged weapon. So I've reported it, but I don't think it's something serious. Now let's do another Hybrid map. I can also show you a double train car build. Without the active skill damage, but you can at least see how a double train car build would perform. Very fun class. Not everyone's class, but for sure some people would be having a great time with it. It seems a bit weird, the first few times you play it, it might feel a bit wonky and weird, but when you get the hang of it, when you get used to the way it moves and the way the attacks chain in between each other, then you would get better with the class. Cut twice the HP in the last map. And this one is noxious. So with this one, when I kill an enemy, it would spawn
Thanks for the
this
stream and intro
poison
time for bed. It's 3 a.m. here.
Yeah, dude, I remember you telling me it was 2 a.m. Thanks for watching and for the follow. It is appreciated, and until next time, dude, for sure.
We'll look forward
Good
to get the
company.
alpha.
We get an invite soon. I'm really looking forward to playing with some more people together. Pretty boring for me when I keep playing, so every now and then I would play with a viewer. But since I keep swapping games, I can't kind of play this game every single day. I do get burned out on it after I play for a few days straight. Current state of the game that lacks some end game variety. And that's why alphas are not for people who want to be playing the same game every day for like half a year or so without getting bored of it. This would be more suitable for a finished game, because a finished game would have enough content and stuff to keep people busy for months and years. But
Surely
alphas are
LOL.
always nice.
Good night.
Good night to you too as well, and thanks again for the company. I'm also really tired, as I said at the start of my stream, guys and gals. I kind of tried to fall asleep last night, but then I couldn't, so I started making builds for Borderlands 3, and from 4 builds I had in my document, in my Google Docs public document, from 4 I increased them to 12, or 12 and a half, let's say. I made like 8 builds last night in the morning early, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 a.m. I'll still keep Curie crafting. There would be cases where I would go for the same skill tree on the same character as the major point spending place, but I would take kind of different things in it. It's a very good variety. I am really impressed by the variety they've added. And since they said they are not planning on adding new characters, they're kind of planning on expanding and upgrading the new characters for the first 1 year of DLCs. There's either gonna be new skill trees, or there's gonna be, I'm not talking about Torchlight Frontiers, about Borderlands. If they're gonna release 4 DLCs within a year and they don't wanna add new characters, that's gonna be just some story modes, maybe new level caps, and maybe new skill trees for each class. We'll see. Oh shit, I was not using my pet. I mean my train. I keep forgetting. So I'm gonna stream for probably another 1 hour. Until 11 p.m. and then I might go and get some rest.
Your endurance is low.
It's been more than 24 hours since I slept. Probably in September, when for a few days the house is empty and Borderlands will be released, I will probably try and make a 24-hour stream. Of course with some breaks for food and stuff, but I will attempt it. I've never tried to do it, and it coincides that the house would be kind of empty, so I won't be bothering my housemates, and that will be around the release of the game as well. Those charity streams, but I'm not sure how to participate in charity stream, the 24 hours for charity streaming, but I might look into it to see if it has to be in a specific day or so. gonna do some maps on the Forged after this map. And then I can probably get back to this or the Mage later. Forge playing. Change my Forged build, it's still in the Vortex Bomber build. I still haven't made a build video for it. It was a nice chain reaction, chain combo. Like few dynamites, spinning hammer, and a lot of firestorms procced. And I keep forgetting to pull my train towards me. Oh, and since I'm not using pound, I need to get rid of the pound gear. Where was the one damage when near your train? This is nice. Damage when near your train, but I'm not using shock, so this shock proc probably is not the best thing to use. Okay, let's finish up this map. Just some elites left. Actually, it's not just a few, it's a bit more. Section of the map left, and this one's not even finished. And this is the map I was talking about, the one that has a lot of elites, Curse Chamber. This is my favorite map in the game right now when leveling up. Because it has the most elites, which in turn results into the most XP that you can gain from a single map. Pillaged Village currently is removed, so the only map that could compete with this one in regards to XP would be Pillaged Village, and it's not in the game right now because something went wrong. So this shield is glitched, I already have it 2 times, I'm gonna sell this one. There was some bug with those skeleton summons, they just don't wanna pop. I've tried stacking bog chance up to 60% or 50% or so, and it just didn't wanna summon those, regardless how many times the monsters would hit me. It's supposed to summon a skeleton knight to fight for me. I haven't tried in public zones, I tried everything I can think of. Oh shit, I started a new map. Okay, one more map and then I'm gonna switch to the Forged. The Forged is fun though. The Forged can be built as a fully ranged class, or it can be built as a spin to win. It can also be built as a fully brawler or a hybrid. Hybrid builds seem to be the best, regardless whether you go more on the melee side or more on the range side. It's still gonna be good enough, regardless of what hybrid you make with the Forged class. The spin to win is not your typical spin to win. It does feel good in regards to how the skill behaves. The other guy, how he's pulling me away from the little enemies. He took a lot of damage. So this might be a fast map.
You are exhausted.
stream until after 1 hour. So I'm just gonna do 2 or 3 maps on the Forged before I stop for today. To be just a short stream just to check my reset skill points and stuff like that. They're not doing any damage. Tell them to hit me.
You're exhausted.
Yeah, I'm kind of derping already. I even want to be completing this map entirely, but usually when I say that and something happens that kind of gets me to complete the map. So I came from here, let's go this way first and then to the boss afterwards. Let's see if I can get more to spawn. Oh, I've missed some around my train. Okay. Strange how they didn't die, they just kept staying next to my train, but neither of them was dead. Ah, am I stuck? Okay, for a second I seemed like I was stuck, but I guess it got fixed. Damage shrine, so let's see what damage I can do to the boss with that. Kind of 1-2 skills. Okay, let's go on the forest. Fun map on that. Hard. to stay awake. So yeah, I'm gonna do one map and then that's gonna be it. Just let's see what maps I've got first on this dude. I accidentally ported somewhere. Probably ported to someone's port, to the fort. So I've got a goblin map, so let's do it, and whatever we get, even if it's like a cemetery or whatever. Excavated mines, okay, I'm just gonna rush through. Monkey with the targeting of a rapid strike. It will be fixed soon, hopefully. It thinks of itself as a range skill. So you're trying to attack a target like, let's say this guy, and he just starts attacking without being next to it. As if he's using a ranged attack. It would be, but I'm assuming they can just copy paste the property of one skill to another. Invigorated regenerates health and fire resistance when I'm using fire. Anything good? Not really. What about the other one? This ain't too bad. It's actually pretty nice.
Your pet is running
HP
away.
and crit chance. Skipping some enemies and chests. I'm leveling a weapon here. Nice. Rush straight to the boss and skip some of those little dead ends. Okay, nice. to the second stage. After this stage, yeah, there's gonna be the boss on the third stage. With the XP, I'm actually right at the start of this level of this frontier. Both of them are at 48, so eventually every now and then when I play it, it will kind of go to 100.
Your pet has returned.
He's gonna stun walk me.
Time to vent heat.
Well, we can deal with it. Looking those enemies in one place. Where there's a big cluster of enemies in the same place. Weapon cooldown shrine would be nice as well. Not sure how it should be done, but probably just reducing the cooldown of the skill, and if it hasn't been used, to reduce it once it gets used to make it shorter for the first use. Of course, if it has been used, then just remove some seconds from it. Let's just get this. Boss, and that's gonna be it. A short stream today, but that's all I can do for now. I'm busy build making, making a video, and then I watch the live stream and other things.
Your life is slipping away.
Ah shit, it's not hitting. Okay, now it should be. When I'm right next to him, then it starts hitting and it's much more damage.
Your pack is too heavy.
So the most of the damage comes from rapid strike instead of vortex bomb. So the vortex bomb damage really does need to be looked into. It just doesn't seem to be as much as it says it is. Not even close to the minimum that it says it is. But yes, thanks anyone who joined for this short stream and for watching, all the follows, subscribes, etc. It is appreciated, it does help me, any kind of support. So until next time guys, and remember to keep it cool. I'm even gonna show you this new thing. Speaking of keeping cool, let me just show. Goodbye.